Alright guys, the much needed reboot to Superman is here, and how did it fare? Well, you're gonna find out. Man of Steel. Okay, so I have a lot to say about this movie. It is the re-envisionment of Superman from the mind of the guy who brought us 300 and Sucker Punch, and okay, so let's hope it's not what we're in for. And guess what? It was. So to say the least, I've been looking forward to Man of Steel because the first superhero I ever got into as a kid was Superman. The show I watched with my mother was Lois and Clark. I was very, very into that show when I was younger. Don't laugh. And so, to say the least, I've been excited for a Superman movie because I was sitting there going, well, a Superman movie that is going to be re-envisioned and not like Superman Returns? That could be the necessary formula to success. But, as I have to say, I have a lot of complaints about this movie, just to start off from the top. I have a ton of complaints. I still thought the movie was okay. I mean, to say the least, I went in here going, I'm gonna stay in an open mind, it's Zack Snyder, but I'm gonna go in and try and enjoy this because I don't want to waste my money on nothing. And okay, so we start out on Krypton, and I think this was a very, very original portion of it. They really show you Krypton, they show you wildlife, they show you everything, and I am going to do a spoiler-free review of this, guys. I kind of want to see a movie just about Krypton at the moment. And then they send Kal-El off like the old classic story, and you're like, wow, if this is anything like it, this is going to be great. And then they do one of the most jarring cuts I've ever seen in my life. Like, honestly, I was sitting there going, whoa, whoa, wait, okay, so I do know that that guy's playing Superman. Okay, alright, go ahead. It skips you forward in time, and that's not a spoiler, it skips to his adult life. Like, boom, like, literally it's like, alright, my son, you are meant to accomplish whatever. Alright, you're an adult. And it's like, okay, alright, this is gonna take some adjusting. But they do show you in flashbacks, which works after a while. And honestly, the flashbacks are probably the best part of the film, in my opinion, because the flashbacks give you that deep human story. This film, to me, felt like Superman Light. It really did. Because you're sitting there and the story's like, go, 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 go. You're sitting there and that is really what happens. You feel like they're rushing the story along, and then all of a sudden you're starting to get connected with the characters. You're really starting to like them. And you're like, okay, here we go. I can really grab onto some of this. Especially there's a scene with Pa Ken that is just wow. And you're sitting there going, okay, and it was never in the trailers, and I appreciate that because that scene was amazing. And you're sitting there going, oh my god, I'm about to get this, and then, no, screw the story, we just need to Zack Snyder it up. General Zod is sitting there, and Kal-El takes 20 years of his life to fix something, and then all of a sudden Zod does it in like 35 seconds. Well, congratulations to you, let's get back to blowing stuff up. Zack Snyder sat down, watched Transformers 3, and said, I can do better than that with explosions. And he then went out and made Superman. Now, a lot of the stuff feels really shoehorned in there, almost like the directors didn't go through, or almost like the writers didn't go through many drafts. There's certain lines in it regarding especially Superman's identity where they're like, oh crap, we didn't reveal that yet. Hang on. Enter. And then sentence to explain why they just essentially screwed up and revealed something a little too early or that kind of thing. It really feels like this movie is trying to get going, but at the same time, it's fighting against itself. Because there are scenes that literally important drama is happening that you're really sinking your teeth into. And don't get me wrong, I love action movies. You can see my other reviews. I love action movies. But you're sitting there going, all right, I can finally connect with these characters, maybe if they keep going. And then all of a sudden, you look over and something explodes, or something just like crumbles, or that kind of thing, and you're just like, why was that necessary? My screening of the film, people sat there and laughed half the movie. I mean, people were laughing at certain parts that probably could have been more serious with, oh, I don't know, better writing. Lois Lane is a joke in this movie because it's like, oh hey, hi, I'm Lois Lane. Oh hey, boom, boom, boom. All right, congratulations, that story arc is done in a matter of, oh, I don't know, 15 minutes. Let's blow 200 more cars up and have a fighter jet crash. All right, cool. General Zod as the villain, I know some people will praise him, but in the grand scale of this summer so far, he is the weakest villain that we have had. Everybody else seems to have brought their A game. To me, Michael Shannon just brought General Zod as a, it's paycheck. And it really feels like that. Henry Cavill did a fantastic job as Superman. I want to see him as Superman more. He absolutely destroyed Brandon Routh's performance, and that is the one thing I'm really thankful for. The more I've thought about this movie, and I've talked to one or two of my friends after this movie, saying, okay, so I'm talking about it, and ultimately, I ended up disliking it more after I thought about it. I mean, all of you who are getting off the adrenaline of the fight sequences and stuff, really take your time and think about it. Really think about that story and how it developed. It was like, slowish, but cool, and then boom, and everything just explodes. I mean, my God, how are you going to give bigger villains than Zod after what happens to Metropolis gets leveled like 50 times over? I was sitting there going, how is there any city left? You honestly cannot see what's going on because there is just so much destruction and noise thrown on the screen. That is exactly what this movie is. It is noise. Interesting flashbacks that are more interesting than the whole film. I would have rather watched the drama of young Clark Kent, Kal-El, and everything along that than half of the special effects. When I am bored during the climax of a movie and I actually checked my watch and said, oh wow, this has been a while. When you really are doing that in a movie because the special effects have desensitized you halfway through the movie, you're sitting there going, well, okay, this was a failed attempt. And the final battle, I will not give spoilers away, the final battle, the last 10 minutes of this movie are just so absolutely, for the most part, disappointing to me because I felt like they could have explored that more if they had extended it by like 20 minutes and taken out like 300,000 visual effects shots. I am very lenient on movies like these, but when you're sitting there going, okay, give me some story, please. I mean, I was begging for story, and there's some moments where they're just painful when they try and force some of the humor, where I'm just like, oh, you guys went there, oh God. I am gonna score this film as a 43% because it is really that disappointing. And then visual effects wise, I'm gonna give it an 80% because any of you who are watching who are visual effects people that worked on this, if you happen to watch this, congratulations, you guys did something amazing. But I have to sit there and say, no, I want to see more from this world though. Okay, what villain would you like to see in this universe? I personally would not want to see a Lex Luthor. I'm done with the whole Lex Luthor, it seems to be everywhere as a villain. I personally would like to see Doomsday, see a Superman Doomsday in this world. It'd be awesome. Just please don't have Zack Snyder direct and David S. Goyer write it. Please do not.